I love comedy ecchi anime. It makes me laugh and it makes me work hard and etc. So of course, the first thing that comes to your mind, ecchi comedy anime, Prison School, right? Okay, I guess not all, but yeah, some Prison School, right? So of course, I would naturally, eventually watch this anime, and I kind of hype myself too much, I guess, maybe. But on my anime list, it stated of an average score of 7.66. If you round it off, it's technically 8, but sadly, unfortunately, I give this a 6. Let me explain to you what Prison School is, in case you don't know what Prison School is even about. So, 5 high school boys. They got into a pervy situation in a school where majority of the school is girls, and so there's this council called the Underground Council. The head of the Underground Council hates perverted stuff because her father, which is also the school principal, also the chair, and also probably the best character in the anime, has a thing for asses. And so, because she hates all this perverted stuff, she makes a prison a horny jail. Yes, an actual jail. Horny jail. Yes, real life copied anime once again. We did it. The Underground Council, which is kind of led by 3 people, later I'll explain them in further detail, and they basically kind of torture and bully them in the prison, but they also do tell them to do chores, kind of. But honestly, if you put this in common sense, honestly, just sue the council, because it is way too brutal for normal high school students in the first place. So yeah, that's the part that also doesn't make sense that much. Okay, so we skipped time a bit for about 6 episodes as there was actually irrelevant plot. Pretty much kind of just to extend the time for the boys to be released. So we skip time to where the Underground Council intends to get the boys expelled from the school. And then, well, the 5 boys try to figure out how not to get expelled. So that's kind of the main plot of this anime. So why exactly did I give this supposedly good anime below the average score of a 6, then maybe even a 7? Yeah, never in my entire life, never have I ever been so turned off and disgusted by such an anime. For the record, this anime has full-blown titties. Yes, I know those nipples. Yes, no censorship, nothing. It's those pink circular round milk dispensers. You get what I mean? Yeah, but still, my pee was soft the whole way through. Pee so soft, the pee very soft would be an understatement of my pee. The anime had no good waifu, unless you either are a masochist or you have a pee fetish. All the girls in there were quite disgusting. Okay, I mean, there are some exceptions here and there, but I want to emphasize on this disgusting beast that everyone hypes about, apparently. Okay, not everyone, but it's the most popular character in the anime, I think. And she is the embodiment of an actual woman ugly bastard. Okay, I know some of you guys don't think it's that ugly, so let's just say woman bastard. Okay, so this woman has scarred me for life. She has officially scarred me for life, and I can't be bothered to remember the name at all because she is so unimportant and I hate her to the core. She sweats so much, even in the tiniest detail, with like these very irritating sound effects, like slime. It's like slime. It's like come on. And like, I'm sure if you gather all her sweat, it would make up literally the entire volume of Africa. Like just filter all that sweat, and you could like let the African people just live one whole year with actual good water. Yeah, it's that amount of sweat. It's so disgusting. I hate it. This monster is no longer human. She is disgusting, downright disgusting. Those out of proportion. Are those even boobs at all? I don't think they are anymore. They are so out of proportion. They are more out of proportion than Uzaki-chan. I have no idea why no one talked about her when it's way worse than Uzaki-chan. Uzaki-chan it's bad, but this is worse. I don't understand. It's so bad. It is so bad. I could not even enjoy a single TD scene because my mind is having to clean up that imaginary puke. Okay, I'm sorry. I know you heard like some gibberish shit just now because my mouth just suddenly didn't know how to talk properly. So what I said was, my mind was filled with so much imaginary puke to the point where I have to clean up my own mess, not being able to enjoy comedy properly. Just by seeing that monster. And honestly, I am surprised I did not puke in real life. Okay, I mean, I was tempted to puke several times, but you know, I'm watching anime. I don't want to puke on my desktop, nor my laptop. She's not worth puking for in the first place. So honestly, the main flaw of this anime is her. It's all her. It's all on her. Don't get me wrong, okay? Don't get me wrong. I do think for a comedy, if you took out all the ecchi, you just move it all away, right? If they actually had no ecchi in this, and also if they took, if only that character didn't exist, I would have actually thought this would be a good anime. It is really good. The tension they did say is somewhat there. I also think it's somewhat there. But it's just how disgusting that monster is. That it overwhelms all these factors, and I have to give this a 6 at most. At most. I'm tempted to give it a 5, but the comedy is good, so I will give this a 6. And even so, like, yeah, how about the plot? Yeah, the plot. I already said they had like 6 episodes of like irrelevant plot. So honestly, and then like the last 6 episodes of plot was like very average borderline plot. So honestly, it's not anywhere good. It's not anywhere good. So other than that, I honestly didn't like all the characters. Well, except for the dad. The dad's a complete chat. Even though I'm not much of an ass man myself, but he is cool. He passes the vibe check. But most of the other characters are quite bad. There's the masochist tiny face is just a pain in the eye to look at again. And then there's Ant-Man, but in anime and actually can't shrink. And there's Gozaru guy. This guy literally ends his sentence with Gozaru don't know how many times. It gets so annoying, like Gozaru, like. And then you have typical boring main character. P fetish girl, honestly, one of my friends thinks he was okay. I don't like it at all. It's just so weird. It's so weird. And then of course we have Disgust, and then and some kind of crow pedophile. And of course, you know, there's like 2 girls in this anime that were like just for love interest, for that romance tag filler, and not that unique. At most, honestly, at most I would give them C tier for being a waifu. C tier only. It's honestly not that good. So is this anime worth a watch? I wish they didn't have the ecchi. This is the first time I actually wished the anime didn't have ecchi at all. If it was just for comedy, it would have been really good. So honestly, this anime isn't worth a watch. It had very good potential, but it just wasn't good. So I mean, unless you are a masochist or have a pee fetish, as I have said, then I guess you can try to watch if you haven't. But then again, maybe because I have high expectations, who knows? No one knows. Yeah, so honestly, I don't think this anime is really worth the watch. Like, even for the iconic S discussion scene, what was it? Yeah, I think it was like the discussion with the principal and the five boys about which one, ass or boobs, were better. Yeah, that scene was really worth the watch, I guess. But to watch all 12 episodes just for that scene, honestly, no. Just don't put yourself through this pain to watch this thing. Yeah, that's it for me. Like, subscribe, and share if you haven't. Yeah, and yeah, I'm just thinking about this anime really makes me wanna puke. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, bye bye. To make things worse, she doesn't even know how to drink properly. It's like she's a freaking pig, an actual slob.